So GCSE Maths and further Maths is often a subject that people kind of neglect and put aside to invest more time in other subjects which might be more difficult. But only 3 to 4% of people get a 9 in GCSE Maths. So in this video we aim to maximise your chance of being that top 3 to 4%.
Okay, so how this video is going to work is we're going to first brief our tips on what we did to get a grade 9, and then we're going to have a go at a few difficult grade 9 sort of questions, so you can see our thought process as well. So similar to what we did in the UK.
So tip number 1 is to do a lot of practice, and this should be little and often. So maths is kind of like a skill like football or piano, which you have to practice every day, every other day or something like that. And closer to the exam you should be doing past papers. So we can link some resources down below which you can use in your practice.
Yeah, and make sure you practice on the bits that you're weak in. So there's no point just practicing on the stuff that you already know you're good at. So maybe do some past papers, work out the questions you didn't fully get right, or the topics you struggled with, and then work on those specifically.
Yep. Our second tip is to ask your teacher about difficult problems. So if you have any difficulties in maths, it's easy to sort of shy away from asking your teacher about them, especially if you're in a top set or something like that. You might seem pressurized to not ask the teacher, but don't worry about asking a teacher. It will look good that you're actually seeking out help to improve your maths.
So in maths, what you really need to get around first is the concepts. So like how to differentiate, how to integrate. I don't know if that's GCSE, but like how to do certain things, like how to do a probability tree and stuff like that. And then you have to really apply that in certain questions. And that's where people mainly drop marks, because when they try to approach a new unfamiliar problem, even though it's like the same method, and people just tend to get confused. So what you should do is, after you learn a topic, just find as many questions as possible and apply that in different questions.
And also aim to do more difficult problems than you would expect on the paper, because if you're pitching yourself at a higher difficulty than grade 9 even, then the real maths paper will be a complete breeze.
Also in maths, the sort of grade 9 questions where people tend to drop the most marks are things called synoptic questions. And what this means is the question combines lots of different topics, and this is true mainly in shape questions where they combine trigonometry, maybe bearings, exact trig values, all that. So you need to keep sharp and combine all the different topics you've learned in class and connect them together, and that's really how you get a grade 9 at maths.
Yep, and our last tip is to get in groups of friends or group of people on Discord, for example, and go through some difficult problems together, because everyone has a lot to learn from each other.
Yeah, and I didn't actually do this for GCSE, but I definitely did do it for A-level, and it did come useful, because the questions some people would struggle with, other people could help you out on.
So that's all our tips, and now we'll come on to talking about some example questions.